Hey guys, Mark Rodriguez here.
And this is Joopy Channel, so it's Ninja Joopy, call me Wendy. Hey guys.
Yep, and it's kind of a combination of the reviews, Sanctum, but also random car thoughts because we're in the car. And I guess it's just faster and easier to give our thoughts. We just finished watching The Thunderbolts, which is a cool new movie with an interesting mixture of different Marvel characters from different movies and like different TV shows and stuff and all that. So what were your thoughts on it, just kind of going blindly because you kind of haven't seen many of the
yeah, I haven't seen many Marvel movies. Like even with Captain America, I've never seen past the first one. Fantastic Four, I haven't seen anything past the first one that came out like years and years ago. They with Fox still had it. Yeah, so I really did like this movie. It was entertaining. It was funny. Of course, you had your over-the-top fighting scenes, of course, because it's a Marvel movie. My favorite character was Bob before Bob became what he became. And I still like Bob because you knew they had a tragic past. I really liked the fact that Yelena was like, it kind of like our avatar for the movie. I think that was an interesting choice to go with.
Yeah, she was
as
like
White
the
Widow
character.
Yeah, so I thought that was a good idea because of what she went through, and she could help, you know, with the whole Bob situation. I don't know. I mean, maybe I can add on some more as we go along. So, you know, with your thoughts, because, you know, you're more familiar with all the characters. You're more familiar because of the comics. You're more familiar because you keep up more with the Marvel universe than I ever would. Or ever could.
So like I said, it's a good combination of characters. You got Yelena and the Red Guardian that we've seen in the Black Widow movie. Then we've got Walker, who was the new Captain America for a short time in Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series. I guess Netflix series, whatever, because it's not really on TV. It's on Hulu, Disney.
It would
probably be on Disney. And of course the Winter Soldier joined up, and then we've got Ghost first appeared in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She was like the main villain of that movie. I think she maybe had a cameo here and there and others, but that was like her introduction.
You said Ghost was the main enemy?
She was the main villain of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And then I'm trying to think of any last. I think that's most of them.
Taskmaster.
So, then we had Taskmaster, who was also like kind of like the villain of the Black Widow movie and everything. But the thing is that, oh my god, so to start things off in the movie, we got
well, just so you know, this is probably not going to be spoiler free. This is not spoiler free.
Not spoiler free, because this is hard not to spoil, especially with all the posters and the things. So Valentina, that's appeared in other like Marvel movies and shows and stuff like that, is doing all this whatever. So she has all the shady stuff,
secret lab experimentation stuff, because she wants to create a new, another super soldier, but one that is stronger than all the Avengers combined.
Yeah, because the movie also acknowledges the fact that there are no real like official Avengers, and even in the movies, it's only been the one or two heroes, you know. So she wants to make a new team, and she has a lot of shady shit in her past. They're trying to impeach her. She wants to wipe out all connections to her shadiness. So one of the things that she started out with the movie was she was actually sending out Ghost, Taskmaster, Yelena, and Walker, against different targets, but technically speaking against each other, in hopes that they'll just kill each other in this secret vault that has all their evidence.
So the first thing we see is Yelena doing her assignment and how she feels unfulfilled. Then the second one, she said Valentina promised Yelena, or White Widow, that after this, then she can like do something more out there, I guess, more so like more good guy type work, not this stealthy undercover stuff.
But the big surprise is a lot of fighting and whatever, and it's like, I was sent after you. No, I'm not here for you. I'm after you. Like that kind of mix up.
I figured, but actually for that part when she went into that area, I kind of figured something was up, because after she got the stuff, I said, what if she's trying to send her there to get rid of her? And Valentina promised her whatever, and obviously Valentina looked like she cannot be trusted. So she's probably sending her down there just to get rid of her somehow.
But that's the thing, that with all the fighting and how some of these characters first meet up, the shocker is that Ghost shot and killed Taskmaster during that opening fight scene, which is maybe 10-15 minutes give or take into the movie. And I mean, at first I'm like,
maybe she's going to miraculously get back up.
Maybe one of her powers is that she, regenerates or something. But then you show like the close up of the the bullet wound and the blood coming out, and she's like not.
And they're taking the guns and they're taking the weapons off of her, and I was like, so does this happen in the comics?
I don't know. Now I just got two things. I don't know what's going on with the actress playing Taskmaster. Yes, I know people are angry because there's a woman in the MCU version. I don't know if it's like some kind of deal with her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, because she was, like I said, she was the main villain or main superpowered villain that they fought in the Black Widow movie. And when the trailers first came out, everyone was super happy because, yeah, Taskmaster, oh, this is going to be fucking awesome. But then they find out in the movie that they made her a woman instead of the guy she was in the comics. So everyone got super turned off. And you know how it is. Oh, they're switching the genders and the race and, all the stuff that they do nowadays in comic book movies and other adaptations that we're not going to get into. So I'm just thinking that maybe in this movie, maybe they did it on purpose so that maybe down the line they could introduce another Taskmaster, and this time, of course, it'll be the guy from the comics or something like that. Maybe, because I don't know why you would put her in the movie, bring back the original actress, put her in all the promotional posters and crap just to kill her and actually keep her dead for the first 15 or so minutes of the movie.
I guess it's sort of like how you have the Hawk and Dove thing, and how I know that's DC, but I'm just saying with Hawk and Dove, there was a previous Dove before the Dove they got later, but
and the Titans the comic or the show? I'm confused now.
Oh, I have it in the comic too.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so that's the thing. So a lot of the movie is at first them trying to escape the facility. Then you gotta stop Valentina on her plans. We won't go too much into that, but yeah. So they gotta team up, and of course, Red Guardian is very cheesy. So yes, we are team now. Oh yes, and all
that.
When
they got trapped in the vault and everyone was pitted against each other, there was a civilian there.
Yeah.
And this civilian's name is just Bob. He said he don't know what happened. He just woke up there. And he was in Malaysia. So the thing is, when they were sweeping out all that evidence for that facility, apparently he got kind of dumped with all the other experiments into this location. They thought he was dead.
Yeah, but he unexpectedly survived, I guess.
You saw the place where he would have been laying down too. So
it's so weird because now you think about it, when they first saw him, they're already to shoot him, and hey, that kind of stuff. But they shot him. That would have been kind of interesting. That would have gave the whole thing away. Yeah, and the characters have to learn to get along because at first they're trying to kill each other. Now they're forced to work together to get out and stuff like that. And they started to kind of sort of trust each other, kind of sort of work together, things like that.
Man, just think if they would have had what's the name's powers at the beginning of the movie and they had to go up that elevator shaft.
Yeah, I know, I know. But yeah, so that's basically the movie with them trying to get along. It goes down to Yelena's backstory and how she feels, feeling lonely because of course she also had the same Red Room training that Natasha did. So of course she has the same things, and even show trauma of her training and one of her first missions. That is a big part of the movie. Yeah. Where I guess because you gotta do all kinds of stuff. So I guess it's like a part to test just how ruthless you are and all that. So she's like lost in the woods somewhere and calling her friend to find her, and once her friend finds her, the guy in charge is like, oh, you did a good job, and shoots the other girl, which of course leaving that Yelena's conscious that she tricked her friend to come along and get shot and all that. And it's all kinds of dark stuff they did to become the Black Widows that they are today. Now, one of the interesting about the movies, I was expecting that the movie, because in the other movie they're all Black Widows, so I was expecting this one to make her actually, I guess, call herself the White Widow or she was never called that throughout the movie. And Walker was never called the U.S. agent, because in the Falcon and Winter Soldier he was just like a Captain America that I guess wasn't proper, whatever. That's how we got Sam Wilson as Captain America. Yeah. So I was expecting this movie
and Sam
to be
Wilson's a little prickly about something later on.
Yeah. So in this movie, I was expecting to explain why he'll call himself the U.S. agent or whatever. So I don't know what some of these guys just don't have code names, so I don't know. But I
like the fact they're running around New York in their little outfits and nobody batting an eye to it.
Yeah, I probably used to it by now.
Yeah.
But what can I say? It's a good movie. I liked it. I was entertained. I didn't feel I was like too lost. I mean, I knew enough about the things while having to see, because like I said, I don't care about the TV shows. I just never cared about the TV shows. For me, the Avengers was always, or the Marvel, the MCU was always a movie franchise. So I believe in like just the movies. I don't need to watch those TV shows.
To me, it's like with the MCU stuff, it's sort of like, I was going to use Kingdom Hearts as the example.
Yeah.
You had the main franchise on the main consoles. You know, the first one was on the original PS2. And then, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2, also PS2. And then you play PS2. If you didn't play anything in between that were on the handheld console, on the handhelds,
yeah,
and you go straight to PS2 and you see that intro and that open, and he's like, who is this Roxas character?
Oh, yeah.
Who is was it the girl that's drawing? I was like, who are these people? What are they talking about memories? And wait, you're supposed to play Chain of Memories to understand how this game is connected to Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah. And that's how it is. I don't feel, I mean, it's not fair. You gotta be like watching all these TV shows and whatnot to keep up with the movies. I should just be able to be fine just watching the movies. Yeah. I know that's not how it works. I know they expect you to watch every single MCU project.
That's not happening. Like I said, same with the Kingdom Hearts thing. Like I said, I had the first Kingdom Hearts, had fun with it. I was like, all right, time for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. But anyways, back on topic though.
Drop distance and then the 365 /
yes.
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
So anyways, back on topic, the movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Good action scenes, good character moments. I like how the characters kind of bounce off each other and just, you know, things here and there. Yelena's like embarrassed with her father. And also we know that there was the friction between Walker and Winter Soldier and their show. So obviously they're kind of, you know, not treating themselves with proper respect and all that kind of junk. And also I do like the Bob part because Winter Soldier has them all captured. He doesn't believe, because you know they're all criminals and mercenaries and all that kind of stuff. So he has them all captured, and they're talking about Bob, and he's like yeah, Bob, whatever, you know. And then he gets a call by a certain someone. Oh no, you gotta do something. Valentina's crazy, Bob, whatever. He's like Bob, like, and then everyone's like, yes, Bob.
We already told you, because Bucky had got all four, you know, all of them. He said, yes, we're telling you. She has this guy named Bob. He's doing things. Yeah, she's gonna do whatever. And then there was also a Valentina's assistant who was kind of hesitant at first. Okay, the thing with her assistant for me is that it felt like it progressed a little too fast with her all of a sudden. Yeah, I think something's wrong with Valentina, as opposed to maybe could have built that up a little more for me.
Yeah.
Cause it just seemed like 1 minute, yeah, I don't know. Then the next minute, yeah, I think something wrong with her. You know? It's like,
well, I think it's also Valentina's was kind of getting more and more unhinged as the movie went on and everything.
Yeah, I get that, but it still felt it happened. The progression was just too fast, in my opinion.
Yeah. But, you know, we'll see how it goes with other movies. Now we got the Fantastic Four coming out. And, of course, eventually we're going to get, like, the Avengers Doomsday now with Doctor Doom with Robert Downey Jr. So we'll see how all that goes. So I guess that's the big movie to watch.
I guess I'll actually keep up this time because I saw this movie and they're you know, their new title that Sam Wilson is not happy with.
Yeah.
And with a super copyright infringement.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think the last Marvel movie I saw was Spider-Man Homecoming or whatever it's called. The one where, you know, all the other Spider-Mans were in it and everything. Well, I mean, I guess the Deadpool Wolverine kind of counts as an MCU movie, sort of.
I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that crazy was.
Yeah. So I guess that's what we saw was that one. But now we're going to try to keep track with the ones we kind of
sort
of
care about. But the thing is, for me, before that, I couldn't tell you the last Marvel movie I saw. Oh, no.
Endgame at least, right? Maybe? Endgame?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't see Endgame.
Oh, wow.
In all honesty, outside of the first Avengers movie, I've never seen other ones.
Oh wow. A lot of catching up, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I know. The last Marvel movie I think I saw was the third Thor movie.
Oh, with the Hulk in it.
Ragnarok. Yeah, and I never saw the fourth one because they brought what's her name back.
No, God.
And you know I can't stand her. I mean, I kept saying I'm gonna go watch
Natalie
it. Oh
Portman?
God, I don't know why I don't like her. I can't stand her.
Oh boy.
She's done nothing. But
I'm sure many people don't. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for now. Overall, good movie, action packed and stuff. I'm not sure everyone's like nowadays with the whole Marvel is back, Marvel sucks, Marvel's back. I don't know.
I like how the movie kind of played around with that with them as the new team. You know, you had like some people saying like, oh, they suck. Oh, not my Avengers and all that other stuff.
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
And of course, with the ending of the movie, they are, you know, they're a team plus Bob. And Bob does have a weakness. It's his memory and his dark side and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're not gonna really get into that. But
the only reason to spoil Taskmaster is just because it happened so early in the movie. It's the only reason I would spoil it. If it was like near the end, I probably would have not said nothing. But it's like the first 15 minutes of the movie. Yeah. And she's all promotional posters and everything. Like she's like, yeah, and it's like that's probably why I don't see her with the others so much in the like the trailers
and stuff. Well, anyway, like I said, it was a fun movie, and like I said, even if you're not a MCU Marvel person like me that doesn't keep up with practically like hardly any of this stuff, you can still follow it. It was still easy to follow. Even if you haven't seen the shows, I mean, you still get the gist of what's going on. But like I said, the only downside is that maybe you don't understand all the character dynamics right off. Like you said, like with Bucky Barnes and what's his face?
Walker,
Ned Walker, I wouldn't have gotten that if you wouldn't have told me.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So anyways, guys, to wrap it up for now, this is a review Sanctum mixed with the Car Thoughts and everything.
Yeah, and Fantastic Four is going to probably cross over with them. And I actually want to see the Fantastic Four movie just to see how that's going to play into this one.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, guys, see y'all next time.
Yep, see you July 25th. The Fantastic Four movie.
Yep.